billion people in the world.
Welcome back. In this tutorial we're going to be creating a simple type underscore fire. So this damage type by default looks like this. It doesn't seem to have a whole lot of stuff, but you have some defaults here you can make use of. This
What's up guys, Mizzo Frizzo from Pitchfork Academy here, and in this Unreal Engine 5 tutorial I'm going to show you how to set up a very basic damage and health system, including damage to specific limbs. So if I shoot this guy in a specific limb, you'll see at the top left it says torso 80, torso 60. I could shoot him in the leg, it will say right leg, left leg, and show the remaining health of that limb. And if this guy gets to 0 health, he will ragdoll and die like so. And if I hit play again now and I go over and shoot this guy in the head, if I can actually aim, I don't have a crosshair here, you'll see that he will die because the default health of the head is set to 20 and I am causing 20 damage here. So you can set this up to execute any kind of logic you want. For example, if I shoot his leg and I get his leg health down below 60, you could cause this character to be injured and start limping or something like that. You know, you could cause damage to the arm and cripple his arm, and then aiming would become much harder, so on and so forth. But this is just the basics of this system, how to add a component to these characters that is a health and limb damage system that stores the health of each limb. And like I said, with this example of a headshot, it is executing specific logic based on that limb being hit and its health reaching a certain point, in this case 0. But as per usual guys, just before we get started, if you like what we do here at Pitchfork Academy, you can support our channel by wishlisting our upcoming game, Skyblocker, which releases on Steam April 16th. But without further ado, let me show you how to do this. Alrighty guys, now I'm here in my template project and all I've done is import a few animations and weapons and basically set my character up to be a kind of third-person shooter setup, as well as playing an animation on my pistol when I click the left mouse button. Now this is not a weapon system tutorial, but if you need any help setting up any stuff like that, I have plenty of videos on the subject, so I highly recommend you check those out if you haven't already. But basically what I'm going to be doing is starting this tutorial off by drawing a line trace from my weapon, and that's going to be what we use to cause damage on the other character. So
Like a roller coaster.
Introducing the new 2-in-1 ED plus testosterone treatment through HIMS. This daily dual action pill
Interesting. Who's going crazy back here?
The Labor Day sale is on at Mattress Warehouse, and it's your chance to get the lowest prices of the season. Right now, save up to $1,000 on best-selling mattresses from Tempur-Pedic, Beautyrest, Sealy, Purple, Casper, and more. All trusted names in quality sleep. Whether you're upgrading your sleep or furnishing a new space, now is your time to buy. Visit mattresswarehouse.com today to find a store near you.
You not add this to a project? Krishna, what up? I'm trying to learn how to use Unreal Engine, but then also ideally making a game in the process as well. So I'm kind of just going through my like random assets that I've downloaded. I went with Unreal Engine because I got a course. This was like a $200 course. It was on sale for like 20 bucks or something. It has like 50 hours. So I went through this. I did all this. There's actually new content that came out that I haven't done. So maybe I'll go through and do that. Yeah, so I did all the original content. And then just added new content, but I have an idea for a game, so I kind of want to start trying to do that. I thought this could be something, but I still like don't know. Oh yeah, I'm learning C++ as well. Although apparently people don't actually use C++ in this. I guess maybe they do, but a majority of like the YouTube videos that I've found are just using blueprints, which if you don't know Unreal, I mean, I don't know if Unity has blueprint equivalent. But how's Unity? Oh yeah, appreciate the follow too. This is my game currently. I'm gonna make it like a maze arena. So 3 teams. And I eventually want them, well, like I haven't built the maze out or anything. Bolt sucks. Blueprints are actually pretty solid. Unreal Engine is just massive. Like, I don't know, I feel like there's almost too much stuff. What is this over here? Where's that?
From the moment you wake up, your day
Commercials!
That's why University of Phoenix's
So eventually this is going to be a maze in here, circular maze, and these spots will rotate,
master's degrees made for busy adults. At
and then have something in the middle here too. I haven't really built out any game mechanics at all. I just did damage. Got 2 randos over here. I can simulate damage. I don't know why this guy's got a weird.
Finally. Now I can read all about what happened forever ago.
Get the most important news delivered reliably at the best price. Sling lets you do that. Visit Sling.
Yeah, so we did some damage here. This is fire damage. This guy's resistant to fire, and this guy's vulnerable to fire. And I damage myself. Oh wait, what? Let's go with you, duh. Where's your help? Yeah, checks out. Yeah! Back! Okay, I actually am going to probably follow along this Udemy again. But this time, plug in where I'm doing.
Hello and welcome. In this lecture, we're going to learn how to use live coding. Let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so live coding lets
Wait,
us
this is
in
not
MyLog
the one.
project
I want a moving platform.
define any of these, so make sure to follow this as well.
Ugh. Um. Are you making any specific games, Krishna? This is fine. I think I already made a moving platform. Lake Marge. Okay, what was I doing? Yeah, I kind of have I don't know what Bracky's game jam is. Let's Google that. Is that a big one? That's a big one. Starts in 2 days. Oh boy. This looks cool. Yeah, similar thought process. I've got an idea for a larger game, which is kind of this actually. I've got ideas for a bunch of games, but this is a multiplayer one. And I don't know if this is going to be biting off more than I can chew. I'm just kind of going for it.
Actor.
Editor. This is. Live coding. Source code. You heading out?
Yeah.
All right.
You opened the window today. It's actually really nice day, by the way.
Yeah, it's gonna be a high of 72, I think.
Yeah.
It's a little chilly. That's a good idea. We'll open the window. See if this starts making too much noise. Okay, well, where's my freaking C++ class? Probably in here. Okay, I'm just gonna make a new one. Content. New C++, actor. Moving. New. All right. I don't know if Visual Studio. Thanks, Krishna. Have a good one. Page. Packages with vulnerabilities. I don't.
Then we're going to click on next. Here we're going to give a name to our new actor class. In this case, it's going to be moving platform. The naming convention here is important. We're going to capitalize the first letter of each word. This is going to make it easier to read. It's not mandatory, but This is the usual naming convention that Unreal Engine developers use, so make sure to follow this as well. And then we can go ahead and click on Create Class. This is going to add the source code files into our project and then compile the project for us automatically. You can see that we switched over to Visual Studio and then this live coding window popped up. We're going to cover this later. For now, all you're looking for is this live coding succeeded message right here. And after that, you can just exit out of this live coding window. And then we're going to go over to Visual Studio. Here, if you get this message, you can just click on Reload All. And after that, if you take a look at the Solution Explorer, you will see that new source code files were added to the project, mainly the movingplatform.h and movingplatform.cpp. These should be opened by default automatically here. If they're not, you can just double click on them to open them up. We're going to take a look at these in just a second, but before we do that, let's go into Unreal. And in Unreal, I'm going to go into the content browser. If you don't see this, just click on it from the bottom left, and then you can just click on Dock in Layout to have it docked in the layout. On the left-hand side here, I'm just going to unfold or fold the content folder, and then I'm going to go into C++ classes, double click on Obstacle Assault, and in here you can see the newly created moving platform actor class right here. So since we picked actor as the parent class, we can actually place this down into the game right now. We're going to left click hold, drag this into the viewport, and let it go.
BCG Vector.
And if you take a look at the outliner, you can see that we now have a moving platform actor in the game. And you can also see the gizmo right here at the center at 0, 0, 0. By default though, our moving platform actor doesn't really have a transform. If you take a look at the details, there's no transform. And that is because our moving platform actor doesn't have any components yet. Components are listed here in the details panel. In Unreal, actors use components to add in different types of functionality. So for example, if we click on the floor, you can see that it has a static mesh component, which lets it display this mesh that you see right here. The brushes, if you click on them, have a brush component. Since we created an empty actor, it doesn't have any components yet, thus it doesn't have a transform. That is fine for now. We're going to address this later, but just know that you need components to add in functionality. We can save this by hitting Ctrl S and then switch over to Visual Studio. Now let's take a look at the files that were created for us. We have the movingplatform.h, which is the header file. The H stands for header. And then we have movingplatform.cpp, which stands for C++ file. So why do we have two separate files? The header file, you can think of it as the menu. It shows you what this class has in terms of its data or variables and in terms of its functionality or functions. It doesn't actually define any of that. It just shows you what it has. And the C++ file is the actual code that we're going to write. In the header file, we have the actual declaration of the class, done here with the class keyword. We have the name of this class, which is a moving platform. Moving platform is the name we picked, and the A at the start of it is the naming convention of Unreal, stating that this is an actor. And you can also see that our actor, moving platform, is an actor. This is the parent class that we picked.
Oh, this is a pawn. Oops. We don't want that.
Class declaration, we have a curly brace, and at the end of it, we have a closing curly brace, and at the end of that, we have a semicolon. Everything inside of this is the contents of this class. Inside of a class declaration, you can declare functions or variables. At the moment, we only have functions here. We have this one, we have begin play, and we have tick. And like I said, these are only declarations. We don't know what these functions do. We just know that these functions belong to this class. The actual functions are written in the C++ file. So keep these names inside of your mind: a moving platform, begin play, and tick. And when we switch over to movingplatform.cpp, you will see that those functions are actually defined here. We're going to do a deep dive on functions later on. For now, just know that begin play is a special type of function that is called when this actor gets into the game or is spawned into the game. In this case, since our moving platform actor is in the game world when we play the game, begin play is going to get called at the very beginning of the game. So everything that we have inside of these curly braces will be executed at the start. Now, as for your challenge, I want you to log out a message in begin play using uelog, and then I want you to recompile and test and see the result. Just in case you forgot, here is what the uelog function call looks like. Like we covered this in the introduction inside of the lecture titled Compiling with Visual Studio or Compiling with Xcode, depending on your operating system. If you haven't seen that video, definitely take a look at that. With that being said, pause the video, give the challenge a go, and come back when you're done. Okay, so inside of begin play, let's put a new line by hitting the enter key. I am putting these new lines to make it easier to read the code. It's not mandatory. So for example, I could put the uelog function call right there. It would be completely fine. I'm just putting it down here with a new line so that it's easier to read. It's the same thing with these indentations that you see right here, these spaces before the function starts. We can get rid of that and we can write the code like that and it would be completely fine, but we put these tabs here to make it easier to read. So we're going to type ue_log all in capital letters, and then we're going to put a set of parentheses to make the function call, and then we're going to provide the default arguments for this, which is going to be log temp, comma, display, comma, and then we're going to give it a text. For the text, we're going to create another set of parentheses, and inside of those, we're going to put double quotes, just like that. The message I'm going
Hey! So hard.
to print is going to be moving platform space begin play, and then at the end of the line we're going to put a semicolon indicating that this is the end of this statement. One thing I want to teach you is, although it is kind of obvious, the code is executed from top to bottom. So for example, I'm going to copy and paste this 2 times, and I'm going to put numbers inside of these text messages, 1, 2, and 3. When this code is executed, this one will be executed first, then this one, and finally this one. So it's going from top to bottom inside of this function. So keep that in mind, and we're going to save this, exit out of the editor.
There it is.
And then we're going to rebuild the project.
What?
Once the rebuild is complete, we can open the project back up from the project folder by double-clicking on New Project. Also, at any point in time, if Visual Studio isn't open, you can double-click on this SLN file. Let me bring that back up here inside of the project folder to open up Visual Studio as well. And if for some reason the Visual Studio project is messed up or corrupted, you can right-click on New Project and click on Generate Visual Studio Project Files to create the project files again. And you can also do those inside of the editor as well. If you go into the Tools menu, you can click on Open Visual Studio to open the project, or you can refresh the Visual Studio project files from here as well. Cool, so all we have to do to test this is to play the game, because we should have the moving platform in the game. As you can see right here, I'm going to open up my output log. If you don't have it, you can just open it up from the bottom panel and then click on dock in browser or dock in layout. And then we can go ahead and play.
We have a call at 11, yeah?
Yes. Not my life, but the injection more expensive. Like this one is like a well, well finer in Mexico. So they're basically good. Wait, look up some questions. Yeah.
Right.
Which also I didn't do the document, but
I'm like the invite, right?
I already did.
You did.
Yeah. I only did again.
To what email?
Alright.
Alright, I'll let you know. I got it. See ya.
And in bottom here, you can see that all of our log messages are being printed. And like I said, they are being printed in the order we specified, 1, 2, 3.
Okay, this is great to know. How do I... undownload this? You bot man. I don't have that on book. Oh, well, this is how I manage. Magic. Do this. Okay. Okay. I think that's cool.
So like I said, the code execution is going from top to bottom. Okay, great. So that's going to be all for this lecture. We learned how to create a brand new C++ compiler project using rebuild if you're making too many header file changes. So that's the. Then we can save this file, get back into the editor, and click on live coding. This window is going to pop up and get started. Okay, so live coding lets us compile our project without exiting the editor and without using Visual Studio. We can use it by clicking on this button right here in the bottom panel. Just make sure that you have it enabled. Click on this three-dot menu next to the button and make sure that Enable Live Coding is checked. And after that, we can click on this button to start it. But first of all, let's switch over to Visual Studio and make a code change so that we have something to compile. I'm simply going to change these numbers to text by saying first, second, and third. Then we can save this file, get back into the editor, and click on live coding. This window is going to pop up, and if it's successful, it's going to say live coding succeeded in the editor, and also in this window, it's also going to say successfully linked patch. Once that's done, you can minimize this or exit out of it, and we can play the game, and you will see that inside of the output log, the changes we made are in effect. So it's that simple. This is all you need.
down from there.
Ready to order.
Yes. We're earning unlimited 3% cash back on dining and entertainment with the Capital One Saver card, so let's just get one of everything.
Everything?
Fire everything. The Capital One Saver card is at table 27 and they're earning unlimited 3% cash back.
Yes, Chef! This is so nice.
Had a feeling you'd want 3% cash back on dessert.
Ooh, tiramisu!
Earn unlimited 3% cash back on dining and entertainment with the Capital One Saver card. Capital One, what's in your wallet?
Capital One.
For details.
So you've got your streaming.
Oh, shut it. Oh, shut it. Okay, so effectively have done nothing. Okay.
Arriving at Shadow Gear.
Metal Gear. Oh, there's nobody here.
Leave a broken world behind.
Nice, we're already in.
Choose your map. Select your hero. Choose heroes to ban.
Woo! Noise, yep. But you know what I wanted to do was figure out get large storage.
Now travel to Busan. I will not.
Depending how this goes, I might swap out Vana. But Nano Blade's in play.
Capture the objective.
Oh, we're going low. Okay. I'm gonna peel left up here. Sim somewhere? Yeah, I'm probably swapping out Vana.
Enemy slept here.
Actually, might work.
I'm not finished. They're attacking the point. Stop them.
Can you get out, Genji? Ooh. Nice. Can't see a McCree.
My ultimate is ready.
I feel like gotta let them push through before we nano blade, yeah? Under? Dash up!
Helden sterben nicht.
Step right up.
I and I break. You're powered up. Get in there. I won't give in.
Left. No ultra, just pull back, pull back. Can't see you, you're behind the shield. Alright, we gotta go touch. Gotta push out, gotta go.
Best round lost. I'm not finished. Score 0-1.
I still have much to learn.
I'll find my own path.
Humanity
Not
is
as quick as I
shackled.
used to be, but I'm still the fastest gun in the New West.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Round 2. Capture the objective. Enemy located. You cannot escape me. The objective is unwelcome guests on the objective. I'm restored. Receive my aid.
Find me here.
Over here. The point is vulnerable. Take it. What is it now? I take the poison.
Tank discorded. We should be targeting healed here.
Time again to try again. For themselves. There's a test subject.
Here it is. They're gonna get that res though. I'm pressuring point. Fuck! I suck. Man, who do you want?
Tranquility. Tear that down! I'll get you in my sense.
Misery made manifest.
Mercy. Tank. Stand up top, stand up top. Mercy, mercy, mercy. Go for heals, go for heals. Heals, heals, heals. Mercy, 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 mercy! Bro!
Great minds are always persecuted. We have unwelcome guests on the objective.
Who's there?
Yes, this is why I switched to injection-free weight loss.
What?
I was eating healthy, working out every.
Hey guys, and welcome back to another Unreal Engine tutorial. In today's video, I'm going to be covering how to set up and use GitHub with your Unreal Engine projects. This is important if you want to work remotely as part of a team. GitHub is also free and very easy to use, so let's go ahead and look at how to set up source control with GitHub and Unreal Engine. And I'll say as well, this works in both Unreal Engine 4 and 5. And all the links I'll be using in this video will be linked in the description down below as well. So the first thing we're going to want to do is we want to go to github.com and you want to create a GitHub account. If you've already got that done,
No wrong answers there.
Step, but if you've not, go over to github.com and create an account. And then we want to download the Git console, which again is linked in the description down below. You want to just go onto this website here, click downloads, skip this step, but if you've not, go over to github.com and create an account. And then we want to download the Git console, which again is linked.
Select your hero. Choose hero bands.
Yep.
Leave a broken world behind.
Okay, team.
So beautiful. Reminds me of road trips when I was a kid. Different world. I'll never get it back.
Not all of us are scientists, but that's no reason to be careless.
Remember what we're fighting for.
Attackers incoming.
Beep, 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 beep. Oh, can't hit a shot. There we go. Can't see a sig. Back up a little bit. Once you're ready, once you're ready. What you need, Hills? Left up top. They're up top. Watch behind, watch behind. There's a McCree behind, I think. Nice. I swapped to junk. Queen. Back up behind the shield, Sig. I can't see you. Back up behind. Only one healer. Back up, play real slow. Oh, yeah, no, I'm gonna die, I'm gonna die, I'm gonna die.
I won't give in. 60 seconds remaining.
Oops. Somebody's anti-ed up there. I hear somebody up top left, I think. It's a tank. Tank, you can go bottom right if you want. Or yeah. I got dipped.
My tree is gone. Find cover.
I'm not finished.
Join me. Reaper here.
enemy.
Oh, I'm dead. I got pulled.
Time for the where's my
I'll find my own path.
I see an enemy. Careful, we're outnumbered.
It's high noon.
Konnichiwa.
We touching? Yeah, we're touching. Two seconds is a lot of time there, brother.
Let's get back to it.
Draw strength from nature.
Somebody's flanking. Somebody's flanking.
Adaptive circuits engaged. The Reaper.
Soothing your wounds.
Minor perk unlocked.
Under my protection. Let's stop it. Time for the reckoning.
60 seconds remaining.
I licked my wounds. Let's go. The breeze brings relief.
Enemy spotted.
Stop the payload from moving.
Cleanse.
Let the Kitsune guide you.
Behind. Queen's flanking. Everybody's up top. We gotta push them up top. C9, what?
Score 0-3. Switching sides. Prepare to attack. Select your hero.
Yeah, bro, what are you talking about?
This place just ain't the
I'll
same.
find my
since
own
that
path.
son of a gun ran away with my bike.
start to brighten everyone's day.
Call me that again, and you're a dead man walking.
Someone already beat you to that threat.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Alright, shake your dicks. This pissing contest is over.
Let me balance you out.
I think they got a sim now too. Oh damn, Tony.
Did this guy ever stop typing and just played it?
Yeah, bro, what?
This guy just won't stop typing.
My kill.
On the one.
Tony! Tony, baby! Three on.
Under my protection.
Forgot something. What?
Time to try again.
I might ult this. Never mind. I'll do it myself. I'll put point, don't worry. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm alive. I helped our Ash. Bro. You're not the only person
He's
on
like
this
a
team.
keyboard warrior. He's not even a voice.
Oh, is he not?
No. Yeah, but you know. I don't know how I got that hook off, but
huge. Yeah, he actually kind of sucks.
My ultimate is almost ready. Carried on the wind. My ultimate is ready. Join me.
I'm gonna ult this. Oh yeah.
Oh my god.
Let's go, let's go. It's huge, it's huge, it's huge. Walk up. We walk, we walk, we walk. Push up top, push up top.
Alright, we just kind of walk.
The spring flows anew.
We got plenty of time here. We just need to, oh, this is big. Junk flow, junk flow, junk flow.
Oh, they're blowing. Dude, these Junkrat bombs are like booping me all over the place.
Time to get clever. What's up?
Bruh, Tony.
What's this guy going on about?
There's a McCree behind too. What? Oh, we're about to drop out of plat.
In the description down below. You want to just go onto this website here, click downloads, and you want to get whichever one is for you, so macOS, Windows, or Linux. You can just get the latest one here. Once you download that, you want to then run the installer to install it and just use all the default settings. I'm not going to be showing that here because I've obviously already got it installed, but it is just all the default settings. And if you're having any issues with any of these installs, let me know in the comments down below. Or
imagine being able to build an app with your name on it, just by thinking about it. Meet Base44.
Or on Discord or my email. One of those two will be better than in the comments, but let me know and I'll be happy to help out. Then we want to go to Git Large File Storage or Git LFS, download and install that the same way you just download. The Git console as well, and this just allows us to then have larger files within our Git projects. And this is especially important for Unreal because a lot of files in Unreal are too big for GitHub to handle by itself, so it needs the LFS installed and initialized on the project to be able to do that, and we'll go over how to set that up soon as well. And so once you've got Git LFS downloaded, what we're going to do is install it. So we can now go to our search panel on Windows, and we're going to search for Git Bash, which is the Git console we just downloaded and installed. Once you're in here, all we're going to do is simply type git lfs install like this, press enter, and you can see it says git lfs initialized. That is all you need to do. Later on, we will then go on how to actually track what we want to track, so we can then have it working for each project, but that is all we need to do. Once you've got that downloaded and installed, you want to then also download and install the GitHub desktop app. And this isn't required, but it just makes everything a lot easier to use and see, so I definitely recommend getting this as well, as that's where we're going to
What?
Select a map.
No wrong answers here. No wrong answers.
Select your hero.
Captain Dave.
Select hero bands.
Captain Dave. Oh, dude, got banned.
Welcome to Blizzard World. Prepare to attack. Select your hero.
Hip hip hooray! Come early, come often.
I will not leave a broken world behind. You're hard to keep the scope on, Genji. Always so unpredictable.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Don't be. It keeps me sharp.
We will be the lightning that rides the storm.
Think you can keep up? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Attack commencing. Capture objective A.
Let's move out.
Stand up straight. I'm under a bus.
The barrier cannot. My barrier is gone.
Skeleton Dave. Coming back. Let's go, baby. Catch. We can push, we can push, we can push. Backing up.
I'm killing you.
Barrier initialized.
Healing Pyro now.
Barrier is nearly spent.
Stand up straight.
Over here.
You're powered up. Get in there. Much better. Don't fret. I see you. Rest up.
Go fast. Healing pylon 60
Probably shouldn't have ulted you there, I'm sorry.
Targeting hostile.
Not in there, not in there, not in there.
Enemy in sight.
Gotta push, gotta push, gotta push.
Justice reigns from above. Brace yourselves.
Score 0-0. Switching sides.
Who is their other healer?
I will not leave a broken world behind.
They had Nana.
I heard you chased Doomfist out of Numbani.
Making a coward run is no challenge.
I don't even know.
We could have used you in the old days.
Whatever awaits us, I am prepared. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Attackers incoming. Defend objective A.
Motherfucking back. Sleeping, sleeping, sleep. Well, GG's. I'm not playing with him.
Be doing a lot of the work too. And once we've got all of this downloaded and installed, we can now start connecting our Unreal Engine project to GitHub. So I'm going to close all this and then go into my Unreal project, which I have here, which is just a blank, fresh project ready to connect to GitHub. Now, it doesn't have to be an empty project. You can do this with a larger project you've already worked on before as well. Just obviously, the larger the project, the longer it's going to take to do this first initial push when connecting. And also, I'll be saying push and pull. When you push to GitHub, you're essentially uploading changes. When you pull from GitHub, you're essentially downloading changes. So that's what push and pull mean. But once we're in Unreal Engine, what we want to do is we want to enable source control. Now, in some later versions of Unreal, it's called revision control, but it should be in the same place in the bottom right down here. So you see I have source control.
Let's open her up. Revision says. And we back.
Off. I'm going to click it. I'm going to press connect to source control. We're going to change the provider from non to Git beta version. Don't worry about it saying beta, we just want the Git here. Then Git path is where you have installed Git. So for me, I use the default install location. So it's C.
Beats up! We're trapped by dishes!
Don't worry, they've got new Dawn Power Suds. It traps, locks, and removes 99% of grease, so it doesn't get passed from dish to dish.
Ooh, clean and stacked.
Like ducks in a row. New Dawn Power Suds.
Buying
God
this
damn
boat
it.
was a total no-brainer.
Oh, no-brainer? If you got a new boat, the smart thing to say is, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Your State Farm agent can help you choose.
Program files git bin git.exe. And then the root of the repository, all of that should be good for you anyway. And then what we're going to do is we want to add a .gitignore file. You can add a basic README if you want. You don't need to, so you can get rid of that, but we're going to have that on there. We want to add a .git attributes file to enable git LFS, and we also want to make the initial git commit, which I'm just going to leave as initial commit. And a commit is essentially you are saying this is what you want to push. So you've committed it into Git to then be pushed to the repository. The repository being essentially where the project is stored on the cloud, if that makes sense. So there's lots of different terms with GitHub, but I hope all of this makes sense. And then we're just going to simply press initialize project with Git. This will take a few seconds to load while it's doing it, and you see it's now adding files to source control, and we can just accept settings like so. Connection to source control was successful. So now we should see that everything is all connected. So what we're going to do is open up our GitHub desktop. Now I already have a few repositories in here. Don't worry if you don't. What we're going to do is we're going to add up here, and we're going to add existing repository, and we're going to choose the local path to be the up here, and we're going to add existing repository, and we're going to choose the local path to be the path of the project we just created or are using. So for me, that's going to be under Unreal Projects, and I just called it GitHub Tutorial, and you want the root folder like the one I have here. So you open it up once, and you should have all of these folders in here, and we're just going to select folder. Once you've done that, we're going to add repository like so. Then it will probably come under other, so we're going to click on that, and it says initialize Git LFS. So this repository uses Git LFS. To contribute to it, Git LFS must first be initialized. Would you like to do so now? So you can press initialize Git LFS, but we're also going to be doing that manually ourselves anyway. So now we're going to open up Git Bash once again, and in here we're going to do Git LFS install, which you probably don't need to do as we've already done it, and we just did it again there, but I'm doing it anyway just in case because there's no downside to doing it. It should then say Git LFS initialized. Once we've done that, we now want to go into the folder of our project. So to do that, we can type cd space, and then we're going to type the path of our folder. So I'm going to do quotation marks, as I'm probably going to have spaces. I'm going to go into my folders here, and just drag it over, and then I'm going to find it, so Unreal Projects, GitHub Tutorial. Then what we can see is it's just this BC data Unreal Projects GitHub Tutorial. So if I were to copy address as text, I should then be able to right click in here and paste it. Like so. Then if I press enter, you should see that we're now in this directory. So under D, Unreal Projects, GitHub Tutorial. And you'll see it says master as it knows we're now in the root of the project. In here, we now want to do git LFS track.
What the?
And then quotations dot u asset quotations. And you should see if it's successful, it will say tracking.uasset, and it's done. And do the same again, git LFS track as well. You can do that in here. Just put the file extension into the track command. But once Once you've done that, we can close this, and now we should be able to push. You can see we have all these different changes in here. So what we can do is we can do this two ways. We can go into Unreal and then submit content, or in GitHub we can do it in here. So we can type a summary, type a description, and then commit to master. I'm going to do it through Unreal to start with. So we'll do source control, submit content. It will check the assets to check in, and then it should tell us we have some to check in, as you can see here. And I'm just going to say initial commit, as this is still what I'm doing, and I'll just press submit there. Then it says it failed to check in files. We'll show message log and see why it's done that. And this is saying that the index.log file already exists. Now, you might not have this issue, but you might do. And if you do, it's very easy to fix. What we can do is go into our folder here, and you should see that we have a hidden folder of .git here. If you can't see this, then you want to go to View at the top, go to Show, and then Show Hidden Items, and then you should see it. We'll double click to open it up, and you see we have index.log. We're just going to simply delete that, and you'll probably need to close your project to do that first off as well, so I'll do that. And we'll try again, and we'll just wait a second for it to close in the background, and then we'll delete this. And actually, we also need to close the GitHub desktop as well, I believe. So I'll close that, try again, and if it doesn't ever go away, then that probably just means you have it still open in the background. So you can go to Task Manager, find Git for Windows, and then end task. I'd wait a couple minutes first off, just in case it's doing something in the background, but sometimes it doesn't close, and so if it doesn't, you can just end task. And now if we try to delete it again, you can see it's now gone. So now we can open up our projects again, and then try and push this one final time. Again, you might not have this issue. It normally sometimes only appears if you already have pre-existing repositories. Don't know why it happens, I think it's just a bug. But if you do get it, this is how to fix it. If you don't get it, perfect, you won't have to worry about this. But this should also only happen once when you're making this initial commit. When you're pushing again later on, this shouldn't happen. So we go to source control, submit content, checking for assets to check in. Then once it finds the assets that it needs to check in, it will allow us to do so, as you can see here. And I'll just do initial commit. And in here, this is obviously where you actually write all the changes that you have made. And then we'll submit like so. Then it's going to be checking files into source control, and it is then committed master root commit. If we now open up GitHub desktop once again, we should see these changes made.
You want ads that drive results. That's why we built Roku Ads Manager. Sign up at ads.roku.com.
Take back control of your erections and optimize testosterone through Hims. This daily dual action pill includes
So now if we go to history, you can see we have that initial commit which we just made there. Now you see there are still some changes. This does sometimes happen, especially if it's more in the background of the project rather than in some of the actual folders. So what I always do is when I make a commit from Unreal, I always double check GitHub as well. If you still have changes, I then just call this git commit, as all the changes I've made, I've normally mentioned in this commit here. But you can obviously still name this properly if you would like, and then you can just press commit to master here. And so that's how you can commit from Unreal, or how you can commit from GitHub. Both work, but I'd always still double check those just in case, as sometimes they don't work too smoothly together. But obviously that's just differences between the engine and the
May I blade chip and
then,
chatter.
dependent on the size of your project and the amount of changes you've made, this will take longer for some and it won't take as long for others. That goes for the commit and also the push, or in our case, because we're doing this for the first time, the publish. So if it takes a while, don't worry, it isn't going to be broken or anything. If it does break, it will give you an error eventually. So again, don't worry about it, it just may take a little long because of the size of the projects. So it's just finished committing. So what we can do now is you can see we have 0 changed files, and
Yeah.
with the history we can see these two things here. You can see all the changes that have been made, and the title and description up here as well. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to press Publish Repository, and we can give it a name. So I'm going to name this one GitHub tutorial. You can give it a description, so I say a tutorial for how to use GitHub with Unreal Engine, and you can keep it private or you can make it public. I'm going to keep this private, and you can give it an organization if you want, but you will most likely not want to do that. Then we're going to publish repository. And some people say that keeping a code private is paid for. It is not. That is fake. It is free. Maybe it used to be paid for, but do not worry. You can have private projects for free, and you can have as many as you want as well. The only thing you will ever need to pay for in GitHub really is extra storage and bandwidth per month, but you only really need to do that if you're working on larger projects. So again, just let this load, and as I said with committing, the larger the project, the longer this will take. But one of the nice things about GitHub is when you then push and pull, you are only pushing and pulling changes made. So if you've got a 100 gigabyte project, anytime you make a change and you want to then send that to someone else working on it somewhere else, they don't then have to download the entire 100 gigabyte project, and you also don't have to upload the entire 100 gigabyte project. You can just upload and download the changes that you have both made. And so we have now successfully published our project to GitHub. So if we go back to our GitHub account on github.com, you can see we now have our GitHub tutorial repository. Here. So we have our own repository on GitHub, which is perfect. And you can see everything is in here like so. Now, if you want to add someone else to be able to use this, then that's very easy to do. Go to your repository, go to settings, go to collaborators, put in your password so you can enter your repository. And then you can just simply add collaborators here by either their GitHub username, their full name, or their email. That will then send them an invitation. They can accept that, and then they can simply use this repo or the repository here. And what they can do is they can open with GitHub Desktop or download zip. I'd recommend open with GitHub Desktop because that means they can then push and pull any changes they have made or you have made to the project. Or if they don't want to do it through here, what they can do is they go up here, add, and then clone repository, and they can just then find the repository from their account up here and then choose where it's going to go down here. So it's very easy to then do. And then let's go back into the project and say we're going to make a change. So let's just remove all of these. Let's just delete everything that's in here, or some of it at least. Let's just delete all of this. And then let's also then duplicate some of these squares, for example, these cubes, sorry. So we've done these slight changes here. Now let's go to source control, check out modified files, and that's then going to update the files for source control status. So we're going to see what changes we have made. And then if we go to the content drawer, we should be able to see if you add anything in here. So let's also do that as well. Actually, let's add something in. So let's see if I have anything already downloaded, which I can add in. Let's just add in this random picture, which I've got, which I was using for another game that I'm currently developing. This is just an AI generation of a mugshot. So you can see that's got a yellow question mark. If we were to then check out modified files, this will then be added to source control. If I look again, it's now got a red cross. And if I were to then submit content, we're now going to push this onto GitHub, or commit this to GitHub, sorry. And you can see in here as well, this is all the changes that we've made. So let's just name this minor modifications. So that will be the title, if I could spell it. And then if I go down to, I can then do a description. So this is the title, this is the description. I'll say deleted some assets in map, added in some blue cubes in map. These are obviously very vague because I've not really done anything. And also say imported mugshot image. And then we'll submit that.
Yo.
And now these changes will be committed and submitted.
You just got murdered. Play dead.
Ready for us to push for other people to then pull and have these changes made. So I'll wait for this to finish. And you can see it's now committed to the master. And if we go in here, that now is counting, and that is just now in the project. If we go back to GitHub, you can see we don't have any changes, but we do have a push origin here. If we go to history, we have these minor modifications, and it has an arrow next to it telling us that we need to push that. And you can see we have the title we made and all the different description here. And we then push this to origin. If you hover over it, you can see the changes that it's doing, but it didn't really say anything because it's just so quick for me, because again, I hardly did anything. You can see again the changes here, so we added in some stuff, and we removed all the other stuff. That is now completely done. So if we go back to GitHub, if we were to refresh this, we should be able to see the changes made if I go into content. And then you can see we have Marcus Johnson mugshot1.uasset, which is the image that we imported. And under the last commit message of minor modifications, we can click on that and see all these changes here. So it's very easy to use. Really, you only need to know how to use the GitHub desktop app here, as this has everything you need. And if someone else pushes, then what you can do is just fetch origin, and then this will then say pull. You pull it, and then all the changes will be made. Just make sure you're...
Easy peasy. Oops. I went offline? I'm not offline. Am I offline? I'm not offline. Party Crasher, Penny Snatcher. Call me up if you's a gangster. Brr. Rain, rain, go away. What the? 30 here. What the fuck did I just do? Alright, I think we're going to that one. Should want that. We'll pick. You hit the bounce? What the? Ow! These trees be hurting. Oh, that's the wrong one. Bone meal, please. Bone meal, please. Bone meal, please. Looking for some bone meal, please. Oh, fuck. Dragon Tales, looking for some Dragon Tales. Who's got all the Dragon Tales? Do I have another axe? Don't think so. Lovely. Full. Yep. Probably haven't had a wandering trader yet. Stone slab. Return the slab. Hey! What the hell are you doing here? How'd you get here? Go back to bed. Dragon Tales, Dragon Tales. There should be. I don't know where you could have possibly spawned in. Go for it. Be a very bad day for. Dragon Tails, dragging these nuts on tails. So, this one. Let's get it out. Probably just gonna imagine. Turn the slab. Return the slab. This probably wasn't as efficient as I could have been. Now that I'm thinking out loud, might as well just go with it. Oh. I almost just lifted my pinky. That's a zombie up there. Are all these islands the same? That's kind of really annoying. Axolotl. Is there a way to breed these mothers? Keep pushing me out of here. Anything up top worth No. That's the same one, that's the same one. They're all the same. Yeah, I don't hear any axolotls. Oh, yep, I do. Dried wet dirt? Yellow guys? Hello, yellow guy. Far away. Alright, I'm gonna have to pause here. I gotta go join a meeting. Okay, I'm gonna call for